Hello everyone, welcome back to Parent Vibes. If you're new here, my name is Diva. Today I am solo, and in today's video we will be talking about breastfeeding. Yeah, a huge topic. And in this video I will not be sharing tips and tricks. I am not the right person from that. If you're looking for that type of knowledge, I'm sure that there's plenty of information, or also you can refer to a lactation consultant, which is super helpful. And instead, in today's video, I would like to share my experience and some thought around this topic. I feel like breastfeeding is a very, very sensitive topic for a lot of mamas, but quite frankly, often it's not treated as sensitive as it should be. What I mean is that I notice how people feel so comfortable in asking new mamas, are you breastfeeding? Or how are you feeding your baby? And this, I feel like today there's still a little bit of stigma, it feels like mothers that are breastfeeding are better mothers, or mothers that choose or maybe do not choose, but they have to give formula to their babies. They love their babies a little bit less, so they're Class B mamas. I say that because I had a very intense, let's say, experience, not easy journey with breastfeeding. And in this case, it's me that I want to share it with you, and I want to put out what was my experience. But it really affects me still when people think that it's appropriate to ask new mothers something like that. As if we don't ask people, what is your religion? We don't judge on that. We don't ask people, who did you vote for? Or what is your contraceptive method of choice, right? So why do we feel so comfortable in asking something so intimate to new moms and families? So I say that again because my journey was quite difficult for me. And I'm over it, let's say. I healed it, I am at peace with it. But it was quite a journey. When we were still at the hospital with my newborn, I don't think I received the appropriate help from the staff and from lactation consultant at the hospital. I also didn't ask the proper question. I didn't speak out, also because I didn't know. I didn't know that what I was doing was right. I didn't know what is the right way. I wasn't able to attend an in-person course when I was pregnant because of COVID. I took some courses online, watched video, but it's quite not the same. You really need to wait when your baby arrives to understand if you can breastfeed or not. And also the hospital, the real milk really didn't arrive yet. You just have colostrum, and I was able to feed my baby with that. Also in the first 24 to 48 hour, baby is basically just sleeping and has enough nutrition inside to survive, let's say, for a few days. And when we arrived home, it started the journey. It was really painful. I had soreness, cuts, wounds, blood. It was crazy. Plus all of this in a postpartum body. You're already tired, you are sleep deprived, and then the anxiety of wanting to do it right. It was really painful. It was probably the most excruciating pain that I had, one of the most. And consider that I have a very high pain tolerance. I have tattoos on my ribs, on my knees. I went through delivery, but that pain was a lot, and it was every 2 to 3 hours. So I was literally trying to hold it, trying to breathe through the pain while putting baby to the breast, 15 minutes on each side, but it was crazy. And then a few days after, I went to see a lactation consultant, which was super helpful, and we managed to have my baby, to latch the baby. She gave suggestions. We got a breastfeeding pillow, which I thought that was helping. The first few days I kind of managed to do it without too much pain, but then boom, it started again. I don't know if it was baby, me, we both were learning what we were doing, but the pain was just too much. It was just too much. And so probably I made a mistake. I started pumping and I did it too quick because they usually suggested to wait a few weeks before start pumping. But I decided to do it right away because it was too much pain. And still, it was still painful, but it was a way. I really wanted to give breast milk to my baby. So for me, it was a must. So I tried a pump, and again, when you pump, as you might already know, and exclusively pump, you need to pump every 2 to 3 hours on a 24 hours. So that's a lot of pumping. That's a lot of 20-minute sessions seated there. And after you pump, you feed baby. And when you're not feeding baby, you're taking care of baby. So it was really a lot. Plus, it was painful. And then other thing to mention is when you pump exclusively, you start, at least in my case, my milk supply start lowering because baby with the saliva and with the suction gives the message to the brain, to the body to produce more milk, which is crucial for your future supply. While if you're just pumping, yes, the pump can simulate the suction, but it's not quite the same. So my supply start lowering, and I also start thinking, oh my God, if we just give bottles, she will never attach again. So a lot of anxiety, and again, tears. I was crying all the time. Oh. Sorry, she was protesting. I was crying all the time. I was literally miserable. Even if I was, on the other hand, super happy with my baby. I didn't went through the postpartum depression, but I was just in pain all day. So my husband suggested to try nipple shields. I didn't want to do that because I thought that's not natural. Then baby will never attach to the breast. Then it's not a long-term solution, but I mean, it was something to try because my other options weren't better. So somehow I managed to attach baby, and I was super happy. But of course, baby prefer one breast to the other, so the other start not producing as much milk. And I would try to put her on the right one, and was just crying, screaming. And so she would get nervous, I would get nervous, and it was impossible to keep going. So, and also imagine it's just aesthetic, but just to add the cherry on top, the breasts were completely different sizes. And then to make it shorter, at our second month checkup visit, we discovered that our baby lost weight. So imagine, if you're a mom or a mama to be, how that felt. You feel immediately guilty. Oh my God, it's my fault, it's on me. You feel like you failed at something. And I was also scary, but now it's all great. She's growing perfectly. Our pediatricians suggested to supplement with formula, and if she wasn't attaching to the right breast, to just pump from this side and supplement with formula. I wasn't happy about it. It wasn't ideal, but it was just a way to, baby needs to be fit. So that was our solution. And then of course we went in 2 weeks after, and baby was normal and growing again. And still growing. And after that, what happened, that since I was just pumping, after 3 months, my milk supply completely disappeared. So I had to exclusively give formula. And I am happy now. My baby is doing great. We are doing great. There is no stresses or anxiety related with feeding. But all of these, it's my experience, and these are my reasons why I end up giving formula to my baby. And every time somebody asks, I immediately feel insecure about it. I immediately feel like I have to justify myself, and I have to explain all of this story. While in this case today, I decided to share my story, but I think that it should be only mama if she wants to share the whys and the hows, and or ask for advice. And I really don't think that nobody. Also, my big issue is, why do you want to know how do I feed my baby? Baby is going to be fed, formula fed or breast milk. Nobody's going to starve their own baby. So why do you even ask? Also, I noticed that the people that usually ask this question are never men, are other women and other mamas. So why are you doing that? If in some level, I am sure that even who had a great breastfeeding journey had some kind of difficulty in the first few days or weeks. So you know what that is. You know the struggle. Why do you ask? And sometimes it's even women in your own family. My own mother, she was asking, why are you introducing formula? Why are you not breastfeeding? Why are you not producing milk? And I'm like, what kind of question is why? Like, or try to say you should do this, you should do that. Like, do you really think that I haven't done all what it's possibly doable to feed my baby with breast milk or to increase my supply? So just, I would like if people would have a little bit more awareness that every time they ask that question, maybe can be really hurtful. At least that was for me. Or maybe you're attaching a traumatic topic, as if without a traumatic topic, we don't ask certain type of questions to people, because we really never know what that person went through on the other side. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one that went through that. I feel that way every time somebody bring up this topic, or just praise mamas that breastfeed as if they did a great effort, and as if mamas that decided to formula feed are lazy or choose the easy way out, or somehow they don't want the best for their baby. We all want that, and we all know how great is breast milk for mama and for baby. But again, sometimes it's not a choice, or sometimes it is a choice, and it only matters to that mama, to that baby, to that family. Everyone is so completely different. Also, I want to mention this. I think that nobody should even ask the mama that do breastfeed, because that's their choice. Sometimes it looks like a competition between mamas. Like, how long did you breastfeed? 6 months. Oh, I breastfed 1 year. Or if mamas there's a lot of mamas that love to breastfeed for longer periods of time, and they've been judged. Like, why do you breastfeed for 2 years? That's a toddler. That's wrong. A lot of attachment. You will never have a life again. That's none of your business. Like, we should really not either ask, judge, or question any mama's choice. And sorry if this was a little bit of a rant, but I really wanted to put this thought out and to raise some awareness. If you maybe in the past, probably I have done it too, ask that question to a new mama, and if you went through something similar as I did, you're definitely not alone. There is a lot of struggle that nobody talks about, and a lot of effort. Even if our final result is formula, or whatever the reason, I know the struggle. And just let me know if you share some of this thought. What did you think? If you think that people should talk more about this, and I really would love to know your opinion. And I hope you enjoy the content, you're enjoying the channel. If you do, please give us a like and subscribe. This will really help the channel. And see you next time. Bye.